And we have brought our data set in through Power Query. We've done a few transformations. We've cleaned, we've looked through our data types, you know. So all of that is fine. And we brought just one table in, but we've gone on to build about 4 more tables from that one table. We brought this one in as a fact table. Fact tables are where the events in that business are recorded. And it's not always just about money, contrary to popular misconceptions. You know, sometimes it depends on the business. Sometimes it could be, maybe if it's an NHS hospital data, what you would find on their facts table would be stuff like where every hospital visits, checkups, patients coming in and going out, the doctors that attended to them, how many times. I mean, one patient could have been in a couple of times in the month, you know. So one person's record could appear many times within a space of a particular time. So that's not money related, but the events of that business, which is, you know, care, being taken care of in the hospital, attending to patients, that's where it is recorded, you know, and a whole lot of other different fields, you know, that one could dabble in. Is the hospital one is what comes to my mind at the moment. But currently we are using sales data, and that's why we're talking money, you know, on this facts table. So we brought this facts table in, and we identified all the dimensions within the table. And our dimensions are the lookups. They are the criteria that define what, who, where, how, when that business operates, you know, the descriptives of the business. Those are your dimensions. So within that table, we identified channel as one of the dimensions, and channel is talking about how the business is carried out, whether by catalog, by online, by resale, or by stores. We identified the products, you know, that are within that table that are being sold, and all the information around the products itself, the subcategories that they belong to, and the categories that they belong to. And then we identify that on that same table, we've got manufacturers, you know, those who manufacture the products, and the geography table, which we identified the regions where those regions, cities, and countries where those orders, you know, were placed. So those were, aside that, there's one other one that I don't know if we mentioned, but we haven't created it yet. And that's the date. The date talks about the when, you know. So date is also a dimension that we must create the table for, you know. So I've opened my dimension, not dimension, the code table, because I'm used to creating date tables using that date code. So that's what I'm going to quickly show. And it will be an opportunity for those who did not see that before to see how that can be done again. So I'm just going to look through to see what's the earliest date that we have here very quickly. And that tells me 2nd of February, okay? And what's the latest date there? And we can see is the 1st of February 2021. So 2018 to 2021 is what we are looking at here, okay? So, and that would inform what you know, length of date we put in our date table. Without too much talk further, let me bring that in okay? So I'm going to right click, and in new query, under new query, we go for blank query. So either we do it like that, or we go into new source, because we're about to bring in another table. We're about to create, not bring in a way, create another table, okay? So, and blank query is directly here, so those are two ways you can get your blank. That's how I know that you can get your blank query out. So I click on the blank query, and the blank, like it's called blank query. So the query is there and it's blank, but I'll go into the Power Query advanced editor rather. I'll go into advanced editor of it. Now, this advanced editor is what all the steps that we take, all the steps are recorded on this right side. It's in the advanced editor that they are stored like a code, So, and this is why we opened it up to put in the date table code, which we are going to copy and paste in. Now, I've got this date table code posted to us already on the chat. So I'm picking all of it and I'm doing a Control-C to copy all of that. And I'll go back into my Power Query, the editor that's opened. I'll do a Control-A to pick everything here because I don't want those. And I'm just going to paste over that. So I've just copied and pasted an already made code, basically. So that is done, and I'll click on Done. And now it's bringing these parameters for us to enter. Okay, that's okay. Okay, I've heard that you would need me to create a date table for you. It's now asking for what is the start date, okay? And there's nothing stopping if you want to extend your dates. Maybe I want my dates to start from January of that 2018. Nothing bad in that at all, If I don't want it to start exactly in February, where the data starts, it's not an issue, for Power BI at all to sort out, okay? But let's just say that I want mine to start on the 1st of February, 1-day extension. That one is saying 2nd of February, but I'll just put 1st of February 2018. And the end date is also a February date, but 2021, I believe. So 2021 February, I can put the end of February if I want, as long as all of the dates are already contained that I need. That's not a problem at all. Now it's asking for the financial year, start month. What's the months that the new financial year starts? For us, it's April. For some countries or companies, even within here, some companies would be January. So it's good to ask the business what they use. The common one is April. So I'll go with April, which is 4, and I'll invoke that. So it says invoke, I'll click invoke, and here we have it. Your date table must be created in such a way that you've got every day, every day that is within that date range. So 1st of February, 2nd of February 2018, 3rd of February 2018, 4th of February, and so on. It shouldn't miss any of the dates that must be within that. And it's a dimension table because one day is appearing once as a record. So it's just gone on to, within seconds of clicking invoke, it's gone on to create all of these other columns for us. Is brought the year out, the quarter. So February to March, you would see that it's recorded as Q1. Anything from, okay, actually, because we've put April as the new, as the financial year start month. So from April should actually be the first quarter. I hope I'm right with that, what I'm saying there. But I hope you get the gist. So Q1 is gotten it out. Q2, you will see all of that there. Q3 and Q4, it's all in there. The month number. So I can change this to month number. Because we started with February, that's why it's a 2, okay? So I'm just gonna change this to month number so that the naming of it makes sense. What does month of year mean? Okay, so I'll change that to month number. Day of the month, if you need the day, you can leave it. In fact, it's good to leave this in because you just never know when you will need this kind of granularity. That English is always doing me some granularity. You just never know. So it's good to leave it in. I don't use this, so I'll remove it because I don't know how to use that. Then the month name can just be month. We can just leave that as month. My enter is not working. I don't know why. Then month and calendar. Okay, so I mean, if this is the way you want to present your work, we can put that as month and calendar. So this is just naming to make sense. It's good for your column headers to make sense while you are doing it, quarter and year. So I'll put that as quarter and year, day in week. So anything you feel you don't need, you can always, take whatever that thing is out. I don't believe I need all of these. So I'm going to take them out. I can leave short here. Who knows? So this is where you are just making your decision based on what you feel you are going to be needing. And each of the financial years that are represented up to 2021 from 2018, we can see there, nothing more to load, So, and that's it with our table really. Do we have the right? Yes, that's showing us dates, the data type. So looking through, I believe we've got the right data type for each one of them. And here we've got this named as invoked function because we invoked the function, but that's not the name we want for it. We want it to be called dates table, so, and you can just call it dates. It won't change anything. You can just call it dates. Okay, there we go. And if we close and apply that, let's see how that works with our model. I don't want to go back to too much talk on data model because I think we've spoken quite at length on it. And for those of us interested in really digging deeper into it, I can send us a power data modeling lecture. It's about 2.5 hours. Very good. That you, I believe, would explain things further to you to get you, getting more in-depth knowledge on Power BI and data as a whole. I'm dragging the other dates from sales data onto the dates table on the date on dates table to form a link, since that link was not automatically picked, and there we have it. We have our one to many, the dimension. One means a record appears just once. So the rows there are unique. So all of these are called ones or dimension or descriptive, tables or lookup tables. They are for information. Whilst this is called many because you've got many of these, appearing there, meaning that a particular date here would appear once, but it could appear many times here because many others were placed on that same day. So that's the explanation behind all the one, and the star there means many, all the one to many. And this model we have created is our star schema. And it's called star schema because so the fact table is in the middle, and every other table, which is a dimension table, they are all just surrounding it, like, so it's forming something that looks like a star, where the king in quote is in the middle and the subjects are surrounding it, but like I said, I'll send us a further video that would really take it home better for us. on data modeling. So far, do we have any questions so that we can get into the actual questions? Let's see how much of that question that John is asking us to solve. So John has asked for us to create an interactive dashboard. So what he wants on there, key metrics, total sales, total profit. Within the next few minutes, we should be able to sort some of these out, I believe. Let's see how much of these we can get sorted, okay? So we've brought our data in, we've cleaned, we've done all the necessaries, and we've built the data model, you know, and now we are going into the question. And I'm back in the Canva, the report view, you know, and here, this is where let's quickly create our measures. Measures are calculations that we need to create. They are looking for the best way to explain what they are. They are like data they are like a virtual data that you are creating. They are floating about, you know. They are there, but they are not there. Because of their flexibility now, they are able to interact with all of the tables across board, you know. Because look at your model now. Normally, all of these are communicating with your sales data. In this way, so geography cannot come and communicate with this date table because they are not linked. Channel cannot come and communicate with this product table because it's not like they are talking directly to each other. But any calculation I make as a measure can actually communicate with any table within that data model, you know. And that's why we build them. We build them for their flexibility. I mean, on a good day, you can come into your sales table and, you know, decide to take total sales, you know, and just drag sales. You saw what I did 2 days ago when I was just troubleshooting. I just dragged sales from here and I was just looking at stuffs here and there, you know. But the best way to do it is to create those measures. And we use what we call DAX, data analysis expression. That's the language used in Power BI for calculations. And we're going to start really simple, you know. DAX does not have to always be complex, you know. So when you understand the simples, when the complex comes, you would always get, you would always gradually. Yeah.
So I think Jide's hand is up.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a quick question or I don't know.
Okay, please go for it, Mr. Jide.
Oh, sorry, that must have been a mistake. I didn't mean to raise my hand. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I've just clicked on enter data because I want to create a table that would house measures. And this is not a compulsory part. The measure, you can decide to leave anywhere in the table. It won't affect your work, but it's just for organization purpose, you know. So key calculations or measures, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to load that, you know, in. Okay, here we have the table now. Yeah, we have the table under here. Okay, so I'm clicking on the 3 dots here, and we see all these options to choose from. New measure, new column, new quick measure. We should touch quick measure at some point. This one is where Power BI suggests some of the measures that you could need and creates it for you. So you're not writing it yourself. Refresh data, different things that functions here that you can actually play around and check out. But what we need is the measure. So let's go for it. And here we have the formula bar opened with you know, with that new calculation for us to. So I'm going for total sales. And that will be, we are summing. So I'm saying sum of, we need sales data. So I'm typing sales and it's brought, you know, so when you are typing stuff, your formula in, and it's not bringing this IntelliSense, they call it. If it's not working, then if it's not bringing it, then something is not right. You shouldn't really continue typing. It should bring these up for you. You know, it should be bringing suggestions up for you, so that it makes life easy and it shows that it's working anyway. So I'm doing total sales, so I need the sales column. If you see it before me, please let me know. Okay, so we need sales data, sales, basically. And I'm going to close that up. Okay, I forgot my enter does. I don't know why that enter is not working, but it's not working. Okay, now let's look at this and see if I've done the right thing. Okay, I'm going into the table view to see what that sales data looks like, you know. So we've got order date here, order quantity, cost of sales, sales profit. So, okay. So we're not working with quantity. Oh, we are working with quantity. It says order quantity. So we've got order quantity and we've got sales. Are we meant to be multiplying these, or it's already been done? Is what we should
No, it's already been done.
It's been done.
Sales minus cost of sales will give us the profit. So it's already been done for us.
Okay.
No, two ways. I agree,
Okay.
it has already been done, but two ways. Now, if you use quantity and sales, by the time you want to use cost of sales, you're still going to use quantity. So it's going to negate each other. So are you still going to get the same profit?
Okay. So we just we don't need to.
In accounting,
Yes.
right? There's what we call sales and cost of sales.
Okay.
So you deduct your sales from cost of sales and you get your gross profit. So,
Mario.
it is.
I get it. But look at it from this angle.
Okay.
If you are looking at it from cost of sales per unit. Now we are saying if the cost of sales per unit is 40 pounds, what will you do for 10? Right? And now it's going to be 400. Yes. So if you now go to sales and you do the same thing, it's going to be 438 times 10. So
I get your point. You know why I disagree? Because they've already calculated the profit for us. If there was no profit there, then you can make that assumption. You get the point.
Okay.
If there was no profit in this data, you can make that assumption.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
But when I did it, even at that, I still got the same profit. That was what I was driving at.
Okay.
You still got the same, so it's per unit then. Okay, you still arrive at the same profit, but there's no need to duplicate effort since they've given us the. But it's good that you found that anyway. That's very intelligent. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Francis, are you saying that you multiply this by 10 and minus?
See, the way I did it was to get what is sales per what you have in each row. So what I first did was to have total sales, which is cost multiplied by order quantity. Now, and I did something after that, and I created another measure to get total final sales. So that was when I used the sum of total sales. And I did the same thing for cost. So when I wanted to get profit, is now final total sales minus final total cost gave me the profit, and I got the same value. But like Brother Tolu said, it's like I duplicated the effort.
Okay. So now, my total sales should be done the way I've done it. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, you are right.
All right. Okay. But my thing now is look at the cost. Cost of sales here is what, 40? Is that 40,000 or 40 pounds?
40 pounds, 40.6969.
Okay, so let's correct that. Decimal places for money should actually be 2 decimal places, not all this. Because the way I've just read it is the way.
Yeah. So it'll be 40.70.
Yeah. So this. Let's reduce the zeros to just 2.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you, Professor Tolu.
Yes,
That
now
is
I
my background
understand.
now,
Because
accounting.
I was reading this as 40,000 whatever.
No,
because,
there's a point there.
You just imagine. Yes, that's what got me confused for a bit there.
As a matter of fact, use calculator to calculate them. So it's right.
Okay, okay, it's responding now. It wasn't responding. Let's change this to 0. Let's see if that will work here. Come on, Power BI. Don't hang up on me now. If not, yeah, fixed decimal. Why is it bringing so many? Anyway, let me not waste time on there. I would go into transform data into Power Query Editor and change that up. Let's see one more calculation. New measure. So total cost now. But we ask for total cost or total.
No, we don't need cost. We just need total profit.
Total profit. Okay. So again, total profit is just going to be again just that sum. We just want to sum up everything that is in sales profits. Sales profit, sales data product. Yeah, profit is this one. Okay. And it's always good to format this. So is that my reminder? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to format this as its currency is okay. It's been formatted well. It's got the comma separator. So let me put that back. And the same goes for total sales, formatted with the, okay, so that's fine. So while we are doing that, let me see what the number is looking like. So this is where you start to validate your work so that you will know if there's trouble in paradise and then quickly do something about it before you would have done loads of work. So I'm taking that out here and putting total sales now. Okay. So this was the amount that we realized for sales, and this part is the profit part of it. Is it looking like what you got, Mr. Francis? And
I got the same thing with you.
Okay, good.
But I think Mr. Francis' one is different because I saw 147 somewhere, Mr. Francis, in your results.
Yes, I'll have to cross-check it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
but I got exactly the same thing Sister Debbie got for these two figures.
And there's nothing wrong in also, to be sure that you're presenting the right figures, do it also in Excel. Validation is very important because you are being asked, so Debbie, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say was the total sales we got for 2023? Because I've got a report I'm doing and I'm presenting it in the next 20 minutes. So however they rush you, because they're about to use what you are presenting to them, what you are telling them for decision making, don't allow them to rush you. It's better your work is delayed and they don't have any results to work with yet than to, because they are rushing you, give them figure that could be wrong. So it's also, and you just let them know that I'm still validating the work. I'm not releasing work that I'm not sure about,
Okay, Sister Debbie.
Yes.
There was this one you showed us that you have done before explaining it. On that data where you use the map, where you use the map and the bubble, the values you have there are much more bigger than the values I'm saying now.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then this is where I'm saying we have to really be validating the work. Okay. When we get to that, I can't remember the figures, but I remember there were bubble bits that I did with so when we get to that point, we'll compare and see. Because it's part of what we should be doing here, isn't it? It's part of the questions we are still going to answer, isn't it?
Sorry, I have a question, please.
Okay, go for it, please. Oh,
okay, please. If you can go back to the sales data, just to validate what we've gotten so far.
No,
sorry, you go back to the table itself.
This one.
Sales table.
Sales
Okay.
table, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one.
I know this is
Yes.
a ready-made data,
Mm,
but if you look at the costs for you to get profits, I know they've given us profit, but if you look at the sales and the cost, for you to get profit is sales minus cost.
mm,
Still give us that
Yes.
profit. Let's take the first row into consideration,
yeah.
the 40.6.
Mhm.
Just for us to check anyway. I don't know if there are
Mm.
other variables that are considered for them to get the profit, but I know to get profit is sales minus cost.
Yeah.
So if you
But-
look at
Yeah.
if you look at sales,
397
which is 438 minus the cost.
The 438 is for 10 quantities. So
Yes, I
the
understand
cost
that.
and the cost here is for one. Do
Okay.
you get? So I think we should have done total cost here somewhere to multiply these two, so that it can be easily seen where this 438 is coming from, because looking at 40 here, 438 and then 397 here, it looks
If you use accounting, sorry, I'm speaking from the angle of accounting, rather than having it as cost of sales, so that one will know that this is unit cost.
okay. So why don't we put unit cost there?
Yes, because looking at this, it looks like 10 quantity costs this amount, just like you have it for sales.
It's the unit cost, right? The profit
Yes.
as well is the profit per unit, right?
So I'm right.
Because no. Wait, look at it. Because I've gone to Excel to the source data. I did Control-Shift-Enter on sales, and it gave me 55 point something million, exactly what we got. So that means your result will be in billions if you attempt to do it that way. Our result is already millions already, it's correct. 55.39 million. So this is profit per unit, right? This is sales per unit. This is cost per unit of the order.
Wait, Dr. Lu. This is cost this is cost per unit. I agree,
Yes.
40 pounds something. But
Per
sales
unit.
per unit, this is not sales per unit, I don't think.
It's sales per unit as well.
Then if you do the calculation, that means you won't get the right this thing. So if
Yeah,
you do
because-
10, if you do 10 multiplied by 40,
Wait,
which is the cost,
Yes.
40.69, and if you do 10 multiplied by 438,
let me see.
That's 438.
438. If you do the calculation, you won't arrive at this profit.
So 438
Yeah,
minus.
I think we will arrive at that profit. I don't know why is it? Why are we saying it is per unit? I don't know, because it's not.
Okay, no, it's not per unit.
It's cost. It's not per unit.
I see.
Cost
Yeah.
of sales is the cost of sale for the 10.
So yes,
not per unit.
Sales minus this sales here minus this actually gives 397.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It will give us that value. Yeah.
That's right.
It's not per unit. It's not per unit.
Okay, that's what I wanted to.
Yeah, 438.1 minus 40 pounds will give us that
397. Yeah.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
I feel if it's per unit, it will be written as unit price or unit cost.
Exactly. That was why I said unit price.
Or unit cost, but it's written cost and cost of sales. I think it's the cost.
So it has been calculated. It has been calculated
Exactly.
per quantity.
Not per quantity for the whole
the number of quantity ordered.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Okay. And again, this is where I know it's because it's a class. That's why we are, going to and fro. This is where we go back to the business and ask for the rationale behind the Excel or the data that they have given us. What is the business logic that's already operating on this Excel or on this data? So that is what you will use to inform what you are doing further on it. So that way it's clear. And of course, whatever you are told, it's documented as well. You can just put a note there, this, and this on the headers, to remind you as you carry on with the work, So that's the step we'll take normally in a real life